Hello everybody, a very good morning to you all and welcome back to another live stream here at Taurex and Atmos. We are in a brand new week in the markets, which means brand new market opportunities. Hopefully we can have as good a week as we had last week because that was pretty solid. We're going to go through some of the trades which I mapped out for you last week, and there was also some requests in Discord, and I will promise to go through those, no problem. Really interesting one as well from Lara about seeing if there's a correlation between the euro and oil prices. I can't say it's something I've actually ever heard of before, but maybe there is. Anyway, hopefully we get a good start to the week. As well, it's the first week of July, so we're closing out June today. We're moving into July tomorrow, which means we might get some month-end flows today, and it means we're approaching Independence Day on the 4th of July, which actually means that NFP is brought forward a day. So we'll take a look at that as well for this week. So pretty much we'll do what we normally do on a Monday. It's actually been the first time that I've streamed on a Monday for quite some time. And we'll do it as we normally do. We'll be planning the week ahead, looking at what I think the best opportunities will be, and having a recap on last week's trades as well, and also, of course, a Q&A. So if there's any markets that anyone wants me to cover in today's stream, then feel free to put it in. And of course, we are still doing a giveaway, a 10k Atmos 2-step challenge, and a 50% deposit bonus into Taurex. So if you do want a chance to win that and be added to the draw towards the end of the stream, please comment win. You only need to comment once. You don't need to comment it loads of times. Once is fine, and you'll be added to that stream. So hello to those on the stream today. Good to see you all. I'm just going to run through some of the names that we have on the stream today. Piyush, hello to you. Brett, hello to you as well. First two people to comment win. Daniel, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining today. Jane, good to see you. Jeanette on the stream as well. Goff's on the stream. Nikhil, Fatai, Mazna, good to see you all. T minus, our winner from one of our winners from last week. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a good progress on the 10k funded challenge. Hope you are in some profit, but I don't know. Kirkton, hello to you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Mahib, what's good? I'm doing very well. I am ready for this week in the markets, to be honest. I had a nice chilled weekend, and I am looking for a big week with NFP coming out as well. Simba Forex, hello to you. Good to see you. Crypto is kind of messy right now. Yeah, it is a little bit. It is a little bit messy, but overall we are in a risk-on environment, I believe, in the current environment we're in. Brett's just put on there about the monthly candle closing. That's correct. We do have the monthly candle closing today, which sometimes means you can get some rejections, some profit taking. So we'll take a look at what that looks like as well. Little Cops, good to see you as well, and Fendi, good to see you. Anyone else who comments, I will be able to go through. Right, so where should we start? Should we start with trades from last week, just quickly? Because we were absolutely flying on GBP, Japanese yen at one stage, but tailed off a little bit. And let me just go to the trend rider. So, as you can see from the trade, I closed the trade out around here, which was about 198.284. That's where I closed the trade. Let me explain why. So with the trend rider strategy, my exit signal is when we see the ADX trade above 40 and then back below. So if I just move this up a little bit. Okay. That area there is where I closed. So it's about here, or roughly around here, 198.2. I think it was actually more like 198.1. So something like that, around a 1.5 to 1 risk reward. So, very happy with that, to be honest with you. And you can see the power of my exit strategy. Because as soon as we saw that cross below the 40, you see the trend tail off. And as the trend tails off, we get a pullback in this pair. So I've closed out this trade now, and I want to thank Daniel for spotting that trade last week, because he's the one who did spot it, to be honest with you. So very appreciative of that, Daniel, because I made some good profit on that. So if you have any more, let me know. We'll have a look at some more trend riders. So I will be including the trend rider strategy in the courses. Okay, right. I just want to pause for a second because I want to ask, I'm going to be sending a poll out to the Discord community. I want to ask the people that are watching this stream or like watching it on catch up, if I was to open up a mentorship program, which would include something like obviously the live streaming, exclusive webinars, a full course, strategies that have been back tested, potentially one-to-one sessions as well, like literally a whole like a coaching or mentorship program for everyone who wants to get involved. Can you react with a thumbs up if that's something you'd be interested in? Because it's something that's being discussed and I am tempted to start doing it. I've done education for 7 or 8 years now, but never really like officially launched my own mentorship or training program. So if anyone would be interested in that and anyone has any ideas, could you just react for me with a thumbs up on the chat? And I will also do a poll on the Discord if you could vote on the Discord as well. If I get enough interest for it, then I will do it. Okay. Yes, Daniel said he closed that trade as well with the ADX exit. Can you tell me more about the Atmos funded competitions, please? So if you have any questions regarding the trading competitions as such, if you go over to the Atmos funded Discord channel and you tag one of the moderators, they'll be able to let you know of the latest competitions that we have available to you. They'll let you know on that. Perfect, nice one. I appreciate the reactions there. Yeah, that's pretty much what it'll be. The course isn't like... The thing is with educational courses, I find, is that they've got so much in them, like too much. Like you learn everything, like theory, and you don't really like learn any strategies or anything. But with this course that I'm currently planning at the moment, it's going to include back-tested strategies that you'd be able to have access to. So that'd be good. I appreciate the reactions. Nice one. So that is something that people will be interested in. Cool. Amazing. All right. The other trade that I wanted to talk through today, 2 trades actually. The first one was on the DAX. Let me go back to the normal. Thank you very much, Fendi. I appreciate that. That's very nice. Yeah, it will be good. It will be good. It will be like a full coaching program, should we call it? Okay. So as you can see, we had a fantastic trade last week on the DAX. This is why I always say to people, it's very important that you come and tune into the streams, because I can't always be, with everything that's going on, I can't always be like sending every single chart that I analyze as such. And that's why the streams are important, because they are a breakdown of my analysis. This is like me analyzing in front of you. And if you were on the ball last week, you could be in a really fantastic DAX trade. So yeah, look at this. Let me delete this. So this was what if you go back to the stream, I said this was my more risky entry, and it was I literally put a tiny amount of risk on it, to be honest. I'm actually a bit annoyed I didn't put like the full 1% on. The reason I didn't is because we had a demand zone and a lots of imbalance here as well. So that was the reason that this was my main entry on the DAX and this was my riskier entry. Now when that happens, I always put like a small stake on the riskier entry for situations like this, in case it never comes back down to my original entry. And as you can see, really fantastic, lovely breakout, bullish breakout here, pullback, another breakout into the 61.8, into a demand zone, like perfectly. Imagine if we'd have just traded the demand zone, which is just here. Look at that. That would have been an absolute monster. However, we are literally flying here. It's really, really good. So obviously my stop loss is the entry. We've already reached 5.66 to 1 risk reward. And we're aiming for, and I was laughed at last week when I said about this as my target, 24,000, pretty much 25, pretty much 24,500. The all-time high is what I'm aiming for. And that's why sometimes stocks are really great to trade, because you're just trying to catch in on that bullish momentum. You know, that's why I always say try not to be a seller in the stock market, in indices, you know, because history will tell you that, you know, we're going to be going up, right? So it's better to be on that side. I always find it just more often than not, it's better to be on that side. So really, really nice breakout trade. I put like 0.2% risk on it, if that. So currently trading at 1% profit. So I'm going to close half of the position and then move. Oh, I've already moved my stop loss, and my stop loss now sits at entry. So I'll hold on to that trade until we hit all-time highs. So only about 1 or 2% profit if it hits there, but you know, for a really, really small stake, massive reward. So I'm really happy with that. Let me just read some of the comments. Yes, Brett, I will take a look at the data coming out for this week in just a second, because I've pretty nearly finished the trades from last week. You should do an online course thing, should be live, for example, live class on Wednesdays and Thursdays, so the students like me can also join it. Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. So it's going to sit on our educational portal, which is going to be available for you to go on. You're going to see my profile on there, and then in my profile you're going to see the services that I offer. So I'm going to do like obviously live trading sessions like this, which will be free to everyone, and then for my students, then I'll be doing like exclusive webinars, which will be at a particular time, like workshops, Q&As, that sort of thing, which will be like locked away, which won't be accessible to everyone. And then obviously the course as well, there'll be like obviously free aspects of the course, but I'm not going to give away the strategies for free. But for like, I don't know how it's going to look yet, but for my students who are actually learning the course, I'll be giving away the strategies as well. So and exactly that, not a long 3-month course, because that's very hard to manage with studies. I fully agree, yeah. So I'm not going to make the course, well, I've already started it, to be honest. There's only 7 modules and about 8 lessons per module. So I'm teaching you everything you need to know, yeah? Everything you need to know to be able to execute the strategies that are in my course. So rather than teaching you everything about technical analysis and just throwing it all in your face and going, go away and trade, and then you end up going off and doing your own thing, I'm going to teach you the concepts that are used in my strategies. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is possible to trade on a 1-minute time frame by using Atmos funded accounts. Yeah, you can trade on whatever time frame you want, but just know that obviously when you trade on a 1-minute time frame, you're obviously going to be if anyone took this trade with a 2% risk, you would have passed stage 1 already. That's how easy it can be if you get into the right trade. Daniel says he's still in the Euro, CAD and GBP IUD trend rider. Nice, okay, nice one. And then the final trade I wanted to go through, there is no NASD on the stream. The reason I remember his name is because I know he loves the NASDAQ. But who remembers when we spoke about at some point last week when the NASDAQ was trading up towards its all-time high, and I said about how it's important how we react from the all-time high, okay? And you can see what happened, closed above, retest, hovered around it for a bit. We never got a liquidity sweep. So some people, what they try and force a liquidity sweep that isn't there. And actually this is just a simple break and retest, hold, and then gone higher. So because I already had risk in the German stock index, I didn't trade this, but you can see how what was previously resistance from the all-time high, people get really like bent out of shape when if you look at like break and retest, because they're like, oh, that's too simple, it's too easy. Well, trading doesn't have to be complicated. It's quite, if you think logically about what happens when you trade near an all-time high, you're either going to get a load of profit taken and liquidity sweeps and you're going to get a big reversal, or it's going to sort of break above it, hover around it, and then that previous all-time high that would have been resistance now turns support, and then you can see the result of what happened. Sellers tried coming here, but again, we're just continuing to go higher here. So I'll remain bullish on the stock market, quite considerably actually, in the current environment that we're in, and that's working out quite nicely for me so far. Okay, that's it for trades from last week. So to recap, I'm out of pound yen. I'm still in the DAX. I'm not in the Nasdaq. Hopefully, people manage to benefit from that. And when it comes to gold, because I know people will want to be looking at gold, I was quite unlucky actually, because this was my personal buy limit trade that was here. So I wanted to see a move down to take out this liquidity into my demand zone, then go higher. But you can see what happened this morning is that, you know, we did get the liquidity sweep. I mean, that's a liquidity sweep if ever I've seen one, and now we're trading higher. So unfortunately, right now I've been swerved on that one, which is fine. I'm gonna leave the trade open until we get a break above like this area here, because you can see we've got a bit of a gap, and this is like still within a bearish wave. So if we get a break probably above this wick here, then I'll close my or delete my pending order. Can you please analyze euro dollar? Yes, sure. I've got a couple of requests actually. So whilst we're on, I'll analyze euro dollar, and then I'm going to go through one of the requests from the Discord channel. James Clear, hello to you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in today. Hope you're ready for a good week in the markets like me. So when it comes to the euro dollar chart, I mean, I mentioned to you how June was going to be a bearish month for the dollar. The monthly time frames just looked incredible. Look at that doji breakout there, and now we're getting the breakout. I mean, I believe that euro dollar from a monthly time frame perspective is going to head up to around 1.2. The thing that I would say is, think about it today. It's the last day of the month, and often what you see is it's quite rare that you don't see some sort of wick on the candle, and you can see we're pushing the monthly highs on the last day of the month. It would surprise me if the monthly candle ended with no wick, which makes me think that today there might be, you can see where I'm dragging the mouse down, there might be a small, 40, 50 pip reversal. Maybe a bit more, maybe even at some point down to 1.6, but still, I still remain bullish on euro dollar. So I haven't really got like an entry point yet. I want to see a bit of a deeper pullback. Like you can see we've had this breakout. Now, my ideal entry, personally, would be here at 1.15-ish. I would love it if we could see that. Okay, that's how I would probably trade euro dollar. So that's how I would do it. So I'm gonna sit on my hands a little bit today when it comes to the markets, because I'm already in a trade and I don't really like the idea of this monthly candle thing, like seeing that sort of short term, like it's just profit taking at the end of the month. Like when you see like the big banks and institutions, like they balance their books for the months. Even traders, maybe they're due a payout from their prop at the end of the month, or people like to pay themselves at the end of the month in general. So you might see some profit taking today in euro dollar, for example, which means a bit of a stronger dollar today. But overall, still, I remain bearish on the dollar, to be honest, until I see any evidence of anything else. And I believe that gold will continue its bullish momentum because of the fact the dollar is weak at the moment. Analyze AED USD for the boys in the trading floor. Let's have a look at AED USD then. Okay, AED USD. Interesting one. Trading back up into the middle of all this at the moment. I'm just looking at it from a daily time frame first. Okay, what I've noticed here, if you notice what's happened here, grinded higher. We then got a flush out of the lows, and we've now got a liquidity grab at the top. So I actually think that with euro dollar, what might happen is a fall back into the middle of this. So if we just put a Fibonacci on that, right, I think we could see a fall down to around, let's say, 0.65. I know this is counter trend because we said we're bearish on the dollar, but that's a clean liquidity sweep on the daily. And I think we could be seeing, if we see some profit taking, like I said, I think we could see a move down towards, 0.65, just as a technical pullback, right where this demand zone is, and pretty much right where the 38.2% fib is. So somewhere around 0.65 is where I expect to see some support. So not going to trade that move lower. I'm just going to wait for the move lower here, and I might try and buy from this area. That's how I would look to trade AED USD. Okay, good stuff. Right, just to quickly point you in the direction of some of the high impact news. There wasn't really much news over the weekend. Like, we had some UK GDP this morning. Over the weekend, it was fairly calm actually, from what we've been used to, which is good. Obviously, was not very nice when you wake up to more war stuff. Now let me just quickly go through. Goff says, I'm suspecting you have a finance degree. Yeah, economics and finance degree. That's correct. So when it comes to the news for this week, we do have some central bank talk tomorrow. Are they all speaking at the same place? Yeah. So Chair Powell, Bank of Japan Governor Ueda, Bailey, pretty much all the top central bank chairmen are all going to be speaking, and Lagarde as well, chairwoman. They're going to be speaking at the policy panel at the ECB forum on central banking. So be aware for that one, because we might get an idea of like any geopolitical risks or anything. Anything that's important, I'll let you know, because sometimes these can be a bit non-events, but any of the language that's used, then I'll make sure I let everybody know about that. Hello, Nasdi. How you doing, mate? Make sure you go back on the stream, because I analysed the Nasdaq for you a little bit. We had that beautiful break and retest. Also tomorrow we've got the ISM manufacturing PMI and the JOLTS job openings. And the only reason that we've got JOLTS job openings is because it's NFP week. So this pretty much, although this is a fair amount of data, really we're gearing up for this down here, which is the NFP. Now the NFP is expected to come in at 120k. I'll do a full breakdown of non-farm payrolls on Wednesday's stream. So come make sure you join that one, because I'm going to give you full sort of like bullish, bearish, or like hawkish, dovish case scenarios for any of the figures we've got coming out. But I'm just reading this for the first time. 120k. We're expecting a continuation of the deterioration in the US labour market. Again, though, we've seen this theme over the last few months where like the figure that we get is always beaten on the day, but the previous figure's always downgraded. So you end up getting a bit of a mixed report, really. James Clear says that gold will maybe consolidation, but in the weekend may be bullish. Yes, yeah, potentially. Because of that, maybe the profit taken in the dollar, that might lead to some consolidation in gold, but overall, still remain bullish on that for sure. Can you check CoinGlass and BitNode while trading crypto? I'm not sure. What do you mean there, Mahib? I'm not sure what you mean there. Nasdi says, I've looked at gold just as you predicted on your last stream. Gold was rejected on daily FVG. Still observing if it will reach the OB that you put. Yeah, I had the same. I had the same problem. To be honest with you, got swerved, didn't I? That was my area here. So as I said earlier in the stream, Nasdi, I'm going to keep this trade, keep the buy limit open, unless we get a break above like 340, and then I'll probably delete it. Okay, so. Don't know if Lara's on the stream today, but we wanted to just explore a potential connection with Eurodollar and oil. So bear with me, because I've not done these comparison charts for a while, but I'm going to add US oil to Eurodollar and put it on. Do I put it on the same? Or new pane? Oh, here we go. just to check if there's any correlation here between oil prices and dollar. So euro dollar goes up. So oil goes down, euro dollar's going up. Still, that's the case. And then as euro dollar falls, we had a spike in oil prices. Then euro dollar's rising here at the same pace. I don't really see, Lara, too much of a connection between euro dollar and oil prices. If I'm being honest, I don't really see it like clear. But this article seems to suggest that there is a correlation between oil and euro. Our study also indicates that as stock prices rise in the short and long term, the euro appreciates, while higher oil prices will likely result in overall higher policy rates and lower stock prices. I don't see the evidence too much on the chart. I'll read the article probably a bit more. Can I actually just get a euro exchange? Can you get that on TradingView? It looks horrible. Okay, there actually is a little bit. But not... That's 2014. So you can see as the euro rises, oil rises as well. Euro falls, oil falls. Euro rises, oil... There actually is. Oh, but not here though. Because euro rises here from 2022, the euro's appreciated, but oil's fallen. Sort of. There is sort of a connection there. Okay. Right then. So let's do the giveaway. Hi Connor, can you also be running 50% off code giveaways? Potentially, yeah. I will when it comes to doing my mentorship program. Potentially for my students, I will look to have a discount code for my students potentially. So leave it with me. There's a lot of things going on in the background. It's going to happen quickly as well, so I'll keep you updated. And the community has grown, definitely. I do appreciate that. Okay, so the winners for today, same as before. 10k funded. 10k Atmos two-step challenge. We'll draw the winners out, and then I'll take a look at USD Yen Balaji. So the first winner will be the 10k Atmos challenge. So good luck to those who are entered. Remember, if you are a subscriber of the YouTube channel, you get double the chance, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So the first winner we have is Saurav Thakur. You have won the 10k two-phase Atmos challenge. Please drop your Discord username in the chat for me, and I will credit you. I'll message you on Discord on how you can get that account credited for you. So well done to you. Congratulations. And the second winner will be the 50% deposit bonus. A couple of winners last week have received their 50% deposit bonuses into Taurex. So well done to you. And this is going to be the new winner of that prize, and that is Rarex. Well done to you. You've just won the 50% deposit bonus. Please, those two winners, drop your Discord usernames on the chat for me, and I will credit you with those prizes. If that doesn't happen, then I will... Some people comment win already. If that doesn't happen, then I'll re-roll the prizes into Wednesday's stream. So for those of you who didn't win, you'll be hoping they don't claim it. And if you have won, please try and claim the prize if you can. Okay, so congratulations. Yes, well done, well done. So when it comes to what was the market, just quickly, USD Yen. I don't like to leave without going through the markets that everyone wants to see. So let me just quickly get rid of oil off my chart. I'll explore that a bit more, Lara. I'll explore that a bit more, the correlation between that. Okay, so dollar yen still looks bearish for me. Looks like we're potentially rolling over here. We haven't quite had that breakout, but I think once we get that break below like 140, I think it's game over. I think we're going to see a bigger move lower. But at the moment, we're sort of stuck in this range. Let me go down to the. Sorry, that was on the 3-day. There was a daily head and shoulders, wasn't there? Sort of. I mean, this looks to me like a low volume rally, to be honest. And we had this breakdown below here. I want to see if there's a trend. There might be a trend rider opportunity here. Let me just load up USD yen. Okay, yeah, there is. Interesting. So here's my analysis on euro dollar at the moment. Head and shoulders. This is still the neckline of that head and shoulders. Break down below this trend line, retest. It looks bearish. We haven't quite had that, big move lower. It's sort of been hovering. So what I would probably look to do is I would look for a trade that probably looks like this. And in fact, this is going to be my trade idea. I'm not going to place it today because I'm worried about the sharp profit taking in the US dollar. But my trade for probably on Wednesday's stream, I'll potentially release this as an official trade idea from me. Well done. Thank you very much, Sarav. You've won there. I'll message you on Discord after the stream. Well done to you. So that's how I would probably trade euro dollar, and how I will trade euro dollar. Sorry, after the month sort of starts in July. That's how I'll do it. Okay, thank you very much for those who sent your Discord usernames. I will message you on Discord to claim the prize. I think that pretty much sums it up for today. So just to recap, it's NFP, but it's a day earlier. It's on Thursday because of Independence Day on Friday. So make sure you're aware of that, because Thursday it's going to when it's kick off. It's not going to kick off on Friday. Trade ideas still active on DAX. We'll be lining up USD yen over the next couple of days as well. Bullish on the stock market, and I'm bullish on gold, but swerved me with my entry, so hopefully we get another entry at some point. I'll be live again on Wednesday. If you do need me at all, feel free to reach out to me on Discord and I will be happy to answer. I appreciate the positive responses from the mentorship scheme as well. That's good to see. So I'll try and get the ball rolling with that, and I'll give you any updates as soon as I have them. Until then, trade well, trade safe, and I will see you all for Wednesday stream. Cheers.